Hello, Curtis Henderson. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Great, great. Do we have a show in store for you viewers out there today? I mean, this show is a show all about your movie. And can you tell everybody what the name of your movie is going to be?
Well, actually, the movie is called The Grandmother Baby Scam. Okay?
Okay.
And it's basically a true story. Some things that actually happened to me.
Mhm.
And hey, I think it would be a great show.
Okay.
And I feel like I need to get it out and talk to someone about it.
Okay, well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about this because, some of the things you told me that happened to you as a man that loved kids, first of all, not only kids, but now that you have your own kid, you're telling me that someone actually stole your kid and did all this fraudulent things to keep you away from your baby. Can you tell me from the very beginning, how did this all get started, Curtis?
Well, World, you're not going to believe this. I ended up moving from Houston, Texas to California
Mm-hmm.
to pursue my dream as an actor.
Right.
And along the way, I met this girl, online.
Okay. Oh, that online stuff, huh?
Yeah.
See, people better be aware of that.
Yeah. And so she appeared to be a very nice young lady, and
Okay.
I had no idea because I'd never really been to California.
Right.
And we ended up starting a relationship, and sort of one thing led to the other, and all of a sudden she come up pregnant.
Wow. But you know what? It could have been, it's that particular type of person because that person could have been in Houston, and she could have been like that. I know, like you say, you had never been to California, but supposedly you'd have met her online in Houston, and just because she is the type of person you're about to tell us about, it could have been anywhere online that you could have met her, and she still would have done that to you. And I just can't believe it. So go ahead.
Check this out. The way it all happened was I stuck by this girl the whole 9 months. I mean, I was dedicated. The girl was having a lot of problems, complications, during the pregnancy, within a 2-3 month period.
Right.
And
yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Her adopted mother would always bring her to my house, and because she couldn't deal with her with all the pain, and I personally had to lay hands on the girl's stomach,
right,
pray with her, and talk to Alexa inside the womb. Alexa, Dad is here. Please let her be able to eat and sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Alexa would hear me talking to her inside of the womb, and
so you were bonding.
We were bonding, and she would always not, in a sense, was telling me that everything was okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she would tell me everything's okay in a sense, and all of a sudden, the baby mother would say, "Guess what? I can eat, I can sleep." Wow, she really listens to you.
So you had that father love even before the child was born, and I understand it was twins, right?
Yes.
And Alexa was the strongest one of the kids that made it. And it also, what helped her make it was the love that you put in her as she was in the womb, and she survived.
And that's something else, the love, of a father, grows stronger than, like they taking your child away from you because of they wanted everything in their control. Selfishness.
Selfishness. I mean, Curtis, I'm not trying to cut you off, but what kind of people are you if you're watching this? A real woman, if you was a real woman like me, you wouldn't do that. You would want that child to have the love of a father. I'm a real woman. I don't have any kids, but I'm the type of woman that if I did have a kid, I would want my kid to know who her genetics is, who her father is. And especially if you have a loving father that really loves you, because there are a lot of men that just don't, I'm going to just say it like this, give a damn. Yeah. I mean, they just run away. I mean, Curtis, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
But here you are, a loving father that wants to be a part of your child. You want it to be from the very beginning, and these people actually scam you. What kind of people are you? I don't understand it. I mean, and everybody have to reap what they sow, Curtis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you don't have to worry about it. I mean, even if these people got upset with you, that still has nothing to do with that child having the love of a father that wants to show her love. Every child deserves that, and especially a little girl. Little girls are very close with fathers, and they need their fathers. Babies need their fathers just like they do their mothers. And Curtis, the thing of it is, this is an adopted mother that did this. Take me back to that.
And an adopted mother at that. Now check this out. I stuck by this girl all the way through the pregnancy. Check this out. I was inside the hospital and the delivery room. They had a 14-year-old girl that was totally disrespecting me and was out of line. And this adopted mother wouldn't say one thing to this girl. And this girl was constantly, this baby is not yours. This baby's name is going to be Alexa Charlie Robinson. They was trying to mold me to name my baby their dead husband a name.
Wait a minute, their adopted mother's dead husband.
Right, in order to collect Social Security. Okay, so the grandmother actually didn't say anything. And what really kicked it off, Josie, I walked into, you know how they be cleaning the babies up. I walked into the room and I said, wow, me and my girlfriend have a lovely, beautiful little girl, Alexa Charlie Henderson. And that's when all hell broke loose.
You had no idea that they were going to take your baby out to this
point. I had no idea. And at that point, this adopted mother, that baby will not be no Alexa Charlie Henderson.
You got to be kidding me.
It was like she was on one side and the 14-year-old was on the other side. That baby's going to be Alexa Charlie Robinson, my dead husband's name.
Now, she's not even any blood to the baby.
No blood kin.
And no blood to the baby's mother.
Nope.
This is crazy. Now, whoever you people are out there, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What kind of real mothers, and I understand this other lady has kids of her own that is a friend of the adopted mother. She should have class and be a real mother and a real woman and tell these people what's right. I mean, even if these people are upset at you, that has nothing to do with this baby. You're disrespecting this baby. You're disrespecting the baby's daddy. You're disrespecting the adopted child who had the baby. I mean, you're all scam artists, especially taking it back when you tell me you went to the hospital and these people had already forged the birth certificate.
Okay, check this out, Josie. Okay, I'm in the hospital now. Okay, the day 2. Okay, the lady brings in the birth certificate. Okay, they already had, just kind of like signed it up and frauded it and everything before I got there. So I asked the girl, I said, where is the birth certificate? I need to go ahead and take care of this for my baby.
Right.
Get that taken care of.
You're all excited at this point.
She was like hiding it. I can't help you, I can't help you on that.
Who hid it? The
girl.
The baby mother?
The baby mother.
Hid the birth certificate from you?
She hid my baby's birth certificate.
So she was in on the scam because what kind of woman are you? Whoever the mother is of Alexa, what kind of woman are you? Because you should have stood up for your baby to have her father in her life. I mean, how could you live with yourself? That is not nice at all. To take away a loving father. And especially I understand that you guys were together as a couple all the way up until this point.
Yeah, all the way up until that point.
I mean, why would you let some other woman that's not even your kin, not even kin to you?
Check this out, Josie.
Oh, my God.
So now,
this is
the
crazy.
grandmother and
this is a movie.
the adopted 14-year-old just totally disrespected
you at the hospital. I remember you telling me that.
And then got inside the hospital and tried to fraud my baby's birth certificate to her dead husband's name. That's terrible. And then right along when I was holding my baby, okay, check this out. I'm singing to Alexa. Alexa is smiling and bubbly.
She was happy for her daddy.
And the baby mother, like, I've never seen her like this. I never saw Alexa.
The baby mother said that, but she did not stand up for that child like she should have. That is terrible. I was like just holding Alexa, and wow, when that woman walked into the adopted mother. So they were jealous of the love.
Yeah, when this adopted mother walked into that room, it was like the room just got a dark, eerie feeling,
Yeah, because they were jealous of the love that you had for your daughter and your daughter had back for you. I mean, how dare you people out there? If you have any hearts at all, you will want that child. You've already taken away, 4 years away. When this child's father's right here, I'm interviewing him now on this TV show. He's a loving father. He wants to be a part of his child. I know he's called you guys. I know he's emailed several times. He says, just let me say hi to my daughter. I mean, that is torture to any man or woman that love their children. And as I said before, many men don't care, but this is one man that cares because I hear it every day.
And I want to ask something. What would you think of a grandmother who would do something like this? I mean, the world, listen at this now. A grandmother that's not even any blood, and here's a man wants to be a father, be there and support and everything.
And she's trying to take the baby.
She totally just taking take away the father's right, trying to take away the father from bonding. I never bonded with my baby.
Okay.
Right after she was born, she frauded the paper and disappeared, and I never saw Alexa for like 6 months.
And you had to fight.
I had to actually file through the family court in order to see her. And this woman was still fighting against me.
Fighting against you. Well, let me tell you what kind of woman that is. That's a woman that never had any kids, a woman that don't have a heart, a woman that don't want the kid to be a part of their father. That is not classy at all. That is a woman that's not any blood kin to the baby nor the baby's mom. So she don't care. She don't care. She's no kin to either one of them.
Yes.
So she's going to destroy this child, keep the father away from the child. She's already destroyed the mother who had the child. And then she's adopted all these other people. I understand that their last name was her last name as well, right?
Check this out.
So it's a whole big scam. It's what I'm really listening to here. This is not correct. This is not right. And everybody have to judge. That judgment day is coming. And I can't. And the baby looks just like you. I don't know how someone can look at this baby every day and keep this baby away from the father. And another thing I can't understand, I just can't understand why they can't let you talk to your baby.
Well, in a sense, it finally come to me, that this woman is a sociopath, this grandmother.
Oh, it's got to be something
that happened into her life,
Oh, it's a cycle. What you're saying, this is a cycle because, like you were telling me, the mother was adopted. Okay.
Okay, it's like a cycle. Okay, it's like some bad things happening to this grandmother's life. And it just totally tore her up. So it's like she didn't have any love. Okay. So now she's like, it's like a cycle thing. So I was fighting to be with my daughter, be a part of my daughter, and grow with my daughter. And I never born with my daughter. And I can remember I took these people to court, Josie.
Okay.
And this grandmother actually brought in another family member of her family inside of the court, pretending to be a bogus attorney. And check this out. She got up. All four of them was together, Veronica, Patricia Robinsons, and this other woman, a family member, and she just jumped up, Judge, I want to say something that I am an attorney, and I feel that Mr. Henderson should be, going to jail or this or that.
Going to jail? Behind fighting for your own child?
A false restraining order they wanted to put out on me just to totally just wipe me out and take control of my family, when I was only fighting for my rights, okay?
That's terrible.
And the judge looked at that woman and said,
these are bad.
Check this out. The judge looked at that woman and said, ma'am, sit down. He told her to sit down. And then at this time, Patricia, she jumped up. Well, I want to add to that, Judge, Mr. Henderson.
Now this is the adopted.
The adopted mother. See, that was all, it was like
a conspiracy. Everybody against you.
An organized conspiracy.
Okay,
and it was like one big clan,
Oh.
And so now Patricia stood up and she said, well, I want to add to that, Your Honor, this and that. And the judge said, well, who are you? I ain't Patricia Robinson. Ma'am, sit down.
Wow.
Just like
But
that.
you know who I blame? You know who I blame for all of this? For taking away that kid's father and not letting that kid pick up the phone and identify with her father, her roots, her genes, her everything? That mother. But see, from the very beginning, Curtis, I feel that at one point, they thought it wasn't your child. But as you said, the nurses and everybody in the hospital could see that it was clearly your child.
Check this out. It was the DNA did. Now, everybody knew that the baby looked just like
you.
Me.
Now, why would she have to take a DNA unless the girl had played around before?
Yeah. Well, we know that she played around.
She
but
had
check
to.
this out. The baby looked just like me. The nurse and everybody said, there's no need for you to pay for a DNA. So the judge asked both of them to sit down, because it was inappropriate.
Right.
And he saw straight through what they was doing. And
he saw a man fighting for the rights of his child. And the judges don't see that often. So,
yes.
One thing I want to tell you, Curtis, is I know that there are two sides to every story. However, this is a one-sided story. And the reason why, because you people out there, Veronica, what's his other? Patricia and Beth, whoever, all these people are involved in this, the best interest in the court of law is for the child. The best interest. It doesn't matter who you're angry at. If you're angry with him, that still does not give that mother right to keep that child away from her father. The best interest is for the child, and especially if she has a loving father that wants to feed her mind and put his input into her. You've taken away the baby years, and when this child grows up and find out I mean, I've had several situations, you know, in my business where this same thing has happened, Curtis. And when those children grow up and find out, they can turn around and hate you people for that, because they're going to see them forever. So you know what? The thing of it is Curtis, he's fighting for the rights for his child. That's what it's all about. It's all about a father standing up to the world, letting all the other fathers know, if you're going through something similar to what Curtis is going through, one day you will overcome. If you just keep fighting for the rights for your child. This is not just for you, Curtis. This is for Alexa, because Alexa don't even realize what's going on yet, but she will know.
Yeah.
So you're fighting for Alexa to have her father, and you've been fighting from the time she was born to now, and they haven't done that.
And check this out.
Oh, wow. Woo.
Every man out there who's going to a situation like what I'm going through or similar, fight for your rights. Every man has rights.
Yeah.
To fight for his child. No matter what that grandmother try to do.
Right.
Or that great-grandmother try to do.
Right.
Sister or grandpa try to do.
You can't hide. You can run, but you cannot hide.
And
what's in the dark will come to the light.
Yeah. And that's a bad thing. You know, whatever that situation is, I don't know, because it's SSI, it's money, just collect money.
It's money.
So it's like, it's greed to keep this girl in the dark and keep collecting. Like she think that I want to run off with this girl, and we take the baby and run off, and money stops. See,
exactly.
That's where this grandmother is selfish in a sense. She's just thinking about herself. You know?
But why would this girl listen to her? Why would this girl, a grown woman that had a baby for this man here, Curtis, was into you in a relationship, why would you let another woman that's not even no blood to you take away when you're telling him we're going to be a family? You wait all the way up until you have the baby. He was there rubbing your stomach, helping you when you were sick. And why? Why? Something has to be wrong with this picture, Curtis. Okay. I just can't understand this.
Check this out. Now, all of a sudden, after Veronica has the baby, okay, now I'm thinking we're going to be a family. Now, all of a sudden, you know, when I take it to court, when they wouldn't let me see Alexa for like 6 months, it hurt me so bad.
I know.
Check this out. After 6 long months, they would not let me see Alexa.
Your child.
And check this out. The first time I met at Chuck E. Cheese, you should have saw the expression on Alexa's
I remember you telling me when she was doing this, like, Daddy, don't leave.
Check this out.
I remember that.
Check this out. Alexa was looking like I can't believe this is happening. She took me away from my daddy. And when she saw me, she just reached out to me like this.
That is so sad.
Like she couldn't talk, but she was like,
"Oh, well, what kind of people could?"
Check this out. And I picked her up, and she just laid in on my chest and just cried, cried,
so,
like it hurt her so bad.
But
and when that our visit was over with, they wanted me to pay for everything.
You had to pay to see your own child.
Everything is complicated. Pay.
Oh,
okay?
God.
And when I put Alexa down in that seat, and she had to go, she was reaching like this, like, come get me. I don't want to be with these people. I feel their spirits. It's like demonic.
Something is wrong.
Something is wicked.
Well, she'll know what it is when she grows up.
And Alexa was like reaching for me like this, like, Daddy, please don't leave. I know you love me. You was talking to me in the womb. Please don't leave me. Please. And I whispered, and I said to Alexa, Alexa, please don't cry. Daddy loves you. This was not my choice.
Wow.
Alexa, remember, this is not my choice.
Wow.
This is Veronica and Patricia's choice. They're the one that took you away from your father.
Wow. Now, Curtis, the only reason I'm doing this interview with you is because I've heard the whole story. I've seen you email them. I've heard you call them. I've, heard the emails that this girl will respond back negative. Always, the baby say hi. And you're like, well, let me talk to her. Let me talk to her. Why can't I talk to my child?
They would never let me say one word.
And I know this because, we've been talking about this a couple of years, and I've experienced seeing this with you. So this is not something that I don't know about, because I've actually seen it on the computer, the response back from her saying, do you love me and I love you and this and that, but nothing about the baby, as if she was jealous of the baby.
Yeah, it's like they're always jealous
of the baby.
The father.
Because you
wanted to be a
part of the child's life. That is the most wickedest thing I have ever heard of in my life.
And as of this day,
That's wrong.
They are still doing the exact same thing.
And you know what?
It's like when I found out about this Google website. I mean, they just shower Alexa with gifts, and this all these people just holding her.
I saw that.
And you see, like,
I saw that.
And you can see, like, just they carrying her to home where just bill boxes just stacked up to the wall
with beer and all of this. And I thought you said the guy was supposed to be a minister.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a minister, and he's like got a house full of beer boxes.
And you know what gets me? They have her and they have her name Alexa Charlie, and they never would use your name, which is the father's name.
Yeah, on a birth certificate.
Yeah, because you had to make them correct that.
Yes.
And so her name is Alexa Charlie Henderson, not just Alexa Charlie. Her name is Alexa Charlie Henderson. She was born Alexa Charlie Henderson, and she's going to die Alexa Charlie Henderson. All this stuff that they're doing, it seems to me that is all make-believe. It's all phony. It's all fake. No real blood. This woman is taking control of these kids that's not even her blood. That is totally wrong in the eyesight of God. And I think you told me they went to church.
They sit up in church.
Oh, come on.
And claim, and then watching kids in the church. And
oh, no.
I mean, I look at that.
Oh,
man,
no.
You know, how can you sit up in church?
Oh, no.
And pretend to be a Christian.
You know how they can?
And then they don't even know the first word in the Bible. Love.
Love is the first. Love.
Love your enemy. Love. This is what God teaches about.
But you know, my mom always told me, beware of those devils that sit in the church. Remember that? She says it'd be some devils sitting on the front row, and you'll never know it. They're sheep's and wolves' clothing, because you never knew that this girl would be like that. I mean, if you was with this girl for 2 years and you guys had planned a family, and all of a sudden one day she listens to her adopted mother, who's not a blood, and let someone that's not your blood take away the blood of a child with the blood from her father and take that away, that's cruel to the baby.
And that's not a real adopted mother to turn around and try to turn the baby against her father.
Oh, no. I was a stepmother for 3 kids. 3 kids. My stepdaughter would be upset at her mother, and I would say, Renee, that's your real mother. I'm your stepmother. I don't want to take that away from you. You go and visit your mother. That is your mother. You should have contact with your mother. And I'm saying that from a real woman. So anybody that would do anything different, because it's all about the children. The children are our future for tomorrow.
And haven't they forgot? If you look in the Bible, God clearly speaks, love thy father and thy mother.
Right. But evidently it's something missing upstairs, Curtis, because the average individual and people that's viewing this right now would clearly understand where you're coming from. As I said, if they're upset with you about something, I don't know that. And I really don't care, because I care about the interest of the child, just like the courts would. That child needs to know who her father is. Even if he just pick up the phone, or you pick up the phone and just let her talk to her daddy, he hasn't heard her voice at all.
And they never let me bond with her at all.
And they never, and
they took all of that away.
You took away the bonding, and you have to pay for that, because the piper must pay. You got to pay through something. People pay when they do things wrong. Yeah. And you know what? They're going to really come back and apologize to you for that. They're going to say, you know, I know
they really need to apologize to
one day they will. Yeah. Because every knee must bow and every tongue shall confess. And if you're sitting in church every Sunday, I know you know that. Taking it from a real woman, a woman of integrity, a woman that loves kids. If you love kids like I do, you will want them to have. I had 3 step kids, and they were in contact with their parents, both parents, especially when those parents are living. I mean, this adopted mother's even no blood. You don't care. When you
she don't care. She just care about a check.
But look, I know she must just care about a check, because I know plenty adopted. Lynn, who just called me just now, was adopted. My best girlfriend. And her adopted mother was an angel. She always let Lynn get in contact with her father and even her real mother.
Yeah.
So it depends on the individual. It's got to be something wrong upstairs.
With that
particular situation.
Grandmother.
That particular.
Okay. It has when you have someone like it's all about them. It's like a sociopath.
Yeah. It's all about taking all these people under your corral.
It's something missing where they don't have any feelings. They don't care about anything. It's all about take, and never give nothing. If it's just a grain of love.
But Curtis, to take away a baby though.
Just take away
to take away a flesh and blood
It doesn't matter.
Really, Curtis,
a sociopath would take anything and would not give you nothing back.
Well, she haven't taken anything because you still have those rights. As long as you're living on this earth, you have the right to go and snatch that baby away. And you know what? I'm a witness to all that stuff because I've seen you talk to these people.
Yeah.
I've seen you.
I call.
You know,
I text.
Like right here in this town, everybody knows. Everybody knows that these people are not right. They took advantage of a situation, but that situation can turn overnight.
Yeah.
And shatter them down.
So my movie is going to be the grandmother baby scam.
Okay.
And it's every little detail is going to be brought out. Every character is going to be.
It needs to be.
And I think this is going to be a great example for a lot of men out there who's going through the exact same thing. In other words, their babies are being taken away from the father, and the grandmother is getting paid through Social Security, SSI, and all kind of other little, underhanded stuff. Just to get money.
Right.
And my thing here is, world, is that I don't want it to be like this. I feel like every man has rights. I don't care what the situation is, or what you're going through, or how bad the situation is. Every man should speak to his child, should talk to his child. It doesn't matter.
Right.
He should have that right.
He should, because I have clients that have husbands that are crackheads. Even a crackhead gets to say hello to his child, because that client of mine, that lady wants her child to still know. I mean, he's not on crack 24 hours of the day. She still wants him to know he has a father. Because one day that same man may change and get off of crack or become a billionaire. See, you never can judge anybody for anything. And especially when you have a decent father, a loving father, someone that wants to share their love, be a part of the child's life. Like I said, whatever, if they're angry at you, the only reason they're angry at you because you stood up. When they tried to fraud that birth certificate.
A birth certificate.
Now, what kind of man would let that go on and let someone steal their child's their name?
And check this out. This woman waited until Patricia Robinson waited until the day of the birth when my girl was having
Patricia Robinson. Who is this lady?
It's like
where did these people come from? You got really a bad bunch there.
Venezuela or Costa Rica, wherever she's from, but they got some bad vibes, a bad way of life.
Must be. They must don't understand
their
the real
reasoning
world.
It's not really down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you have to go ahead and fight through the courts and get your child.
Yeah.
Take her away from them.
Oh yeah, that's in the making.
And let the judge know everything that they've done to you.
Yeah.
Because you know what, you're a loving father, and I'm very proud of you, because it's not like I tell you all the time. I say, Curtis, there are a lot of men that just will say,
forget it,
and move on. Away. But you're not like that, because that's your blood, and I don't blame you. I will fight to the end, and they will have to pay.
Check this out, world.
I will fight for my child.
Check this out, world. Now, I was brought up in a loving home. Went to church every Sunday. Father and mother stayed together. They took care of the kids. They raised the kids.
60-some years.
It never was anything. If a girl came up pregnant, they would saw to it. No matter what happened.
Right.
They would see to it that the father and mother both. It doesn't matter. See the kids.
But you're dealing with a different breed of people here. These people don't understand. But one day, the only way they're going to understand, Curtis, it's God going to have to slap them down to their knees, and they're going to have to come and apologize to you.
Right.
They're going to have to tell Alexa, we kept you away from your daddy. Your daddy wanted to be in your life from the very beginning. We tried to change the birth certificate. He had to fight with the hospital to get your name, his name. Alexa's going to know all of this, and she's not going to really like them.
They fought like every single day to just keep her away. Wouldn't even let me speak to her, say hi to her.
Your own
and then
child.
when they want me to see her, you got to pay. You know.
Wow. That is too, I mean, I've heard it all, but this here just takes the cake. But you know what? There's a God.
There is a God above.
And you don't have to worry about it, because God's going to handle all of that. And Alexa is growing up every day, and she will know. And she's going to hate those people.
Yeah, check this out.
She's going to hate them.
Check this out. I was looking at one of their videos they had online when Patricia Robinson was holding Alexa, and they was at Marcus' house somewhere doing a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Like that. And Patricia Robinson was holding Alexa, and Veronica Robinson was saying something like, Alexa, say hello, Alexa, say hi, Alexa. And check this out. Alexa had a look like, I don't want to be bothered with you people. Alexa had a look like it's something.
She knows.
It's something that's not right.
Deep down inside, she knows that her daddy wants to be there.
Check this out. she had that look like it's not right with these people. You know, she looking like, I don't even want to go out. And when you look at those videos, they try to shower her with too much love, shower too many gifts.
That's because,
but they never say one thing about her daddy.
But no, that's the guilt. No, Curtis, that's guilt.
Guilt.
The shower and the gifts and all of that is nothing but pure guilt. Because anybody look at that child. If I had that child and I looked at that child every day, I'd cringe and say, you need to talk to your daddy because you look just like him. That was why God did that, because God knew if somebody was going to do something wrong with Alexa, with you, he was going to make her look like it. So every day they have to look at you.
Her through me.
You know, from looking at her pictures, I told you, I said, Curtis, I said, that looks like your twin.
She looks just like me.
Her daddy.
And they have to look at her every single day.
Look here, she got your nose, your eyes. And then they're going to tell you that day that that's not your baby. Even the people in the hospital, you was telling me, they said,
like,
I mean,
wow, this is...
The only way she paid, the only reason that lady paid for that DNA was because of the fact that evidently she probably wanted it not to be yours, but it was.
And check this out.
Now that is
check this out.
This is crazy.
Check this out. So she ended up paying for the DNA, but she hid it from Veronica because she didn't want her to know. So
wow.
she was still fighting against Veronica.
Yeah, that was why I brought that out. I thought you did tell me that.
She was fighting against Veronica to still say, that's not his baby. Maybe.
You know what? The thing of it is Curtis, he's fighting for the rights for his child. That's what it's all about. It's all about a father standing up to the world, letting all the other fathers know, if you're going through something similar to what Curtis is going through, one day you will overcome. If you just keep fighting for the rights for your child. This is not just for you, Curtis. This is for Alexa, because Alexa don't even realize what's going on yet, but she will know.
Yeah.
So you're fighting for Alexa to have her father, and you've been fighting from the time she was born to now. And they haven't done that.
And check this out.
Oh, wow. Woo.
Every man out there who's going to a situation like what I'm going through or similar, fight for your rights. Every man has rights.
Yeah.
To fight for his child. No matter what that grandmother try to do.
Right.
Or that great-grandmother try to do.
Right.
Sister or grandpa try to do.
Another thing, how could anyone look at a child that looks like the father? How can you love the blood of that child and not care about the father? And especially when you look at the child and the child's looking like the father. Another thing I wanted to tell you, Curtis, that sometimes when women have a kid, just because they care of their kid, they feel like is theirs more so than the man. That's not so, because the man put the baby there. It took two to tango. That man put that baby there. He planted that baby.
This man
to
fertilize everything.
Yeah, that man fertilized the egg. If it wasn't for your fertilization, that egg would have been void. So how can you look at a child that looks like the father, and the father wants to be a part of the child definitely wants to be a part of the father, and take that away from a kid?
And they won't even pick up the phone, just a simple thing, and let her say hi.
And no court of law have told you not to let that baby talk to
They
that
won't
father.
even let her say hi. I never heard a voice. What a voice.
You never heard your baby's voice?
Never heard. I mean, I'm calling. Please let me talk. Let me.
Yeah, I know you've been emailing, but you never heard that baby's voice?
They won't let me say hi to Alexa. They won't let her say hi to me. I mean, it's like they won't let none of my
And I remember
see her.
you called some other person that was there.
So cold, they won't even let my side of the family see her.
Well, that's a zero heart. These are heartless individuals, because I remember you was telling me you talked to someone that's a close family friend. Now, somebody should have had a heart, and knowing this father is crying and begging for his child. And one thing, when I understand, Curtis, you told me they came into the town, right, in Houston, at Kima, and the baby was right near her daddy. You know that baby would have loved to see her father. You people know that.
They was right here in
and
Kima.
Wouldn't even let the baby meet you or pick up the phone. And you would have went there to meet the baby. And I mean, my God.
Check this out. And the only way I found out, again, I Googled, Alexa Charlie.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I saw the video in Kima. Mm-hmm. Saw all the videos,
So finally you was able to see her at this age, because you hadn't seen her in a while.
And this was like 3 years. Okay?
Wow.
And they would never send me a picture. Wouldn't send me a video.
God let you find her. And
God
let you
always make a way and turn that bad situation around.
Like he's doing now.
Even though those people are just being so mean and so cruel toward me and treating me like I don't exist. Hello, world. I'm Curtis Henderson. Actually, this is going to be part 4 of the grandmother baby scam. Talk show with Miss Josie. And I'm Curtis Henderson. A few other good pointers, Josie. How you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
Okay, great. So as we was talking about the last 3 shows, we talked about the grandmother baby scam.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some other good pointers, what was going on with this grandmother baby scam. I guess Veronica, she forgot about, say, those times. I mean, you're a woman, and you should understand some things here.
Okay.
Now listen to this carefully. When Veronica was going through all of these different stages, different problems with the pregnancy, a lot of complications, and she couldn't deal with the pain, and so she wanted me to support her in that sense.
Okay.
So she kept bringing up all the food. She couldn't keep anything down in a sense where it was just a problem, you know.
Right.
And
so you mean she was ill? She was sick during the whole time, or just some periods of her pregnancy?
Actually, she had lost weight all the way down to about 80 pounds, World.
Are you serious?
And she was really regular about 120 and went down to about 80 pounds. And due to that was because of the complications of the pregnancy, couldn't keep the food down. So now at this point, the doctor recommended one good thing, and that was like a long stick.
Okay.
Like this. And what it consists of, World, it was some type of vitamins to help build her immune system and help her to be strong so the babies can get the vitamins in order to help her eat and be strong.
Okay, now this was for the 2 babies or just Alexa?
Well, actually during that time frame, it was 2 babies.
Okay.
But due to the fact that Alexa was the stronger baby, she was getting all the vitamins, and the other twin didn't survive. She just slipped right on out because she was weak and wasn't getting enough vitamins.
Even though you did all of... Now, what did you have to do to help her? You know, I can't imagine you helping someone and then they take the baby away. So what all did you do to help nourish her and to get her health back on the road?
Check this out, World. As I said earlier, it was like a long stick about 1 to 2 inches. And it was about that big around, you know, like
How
that.
big? Let me see.
About, you know, that, about the size of a dime.
Of a dime, okay.
Now, nobody else wouldn't do it, World. So now, guess who? Since I'm the father of the baby. Now, this woman, Veronica, during that time was a 21-year-old grown-ass woman. Okay?
Right, yeah, 21 is grown. So, I mean, she liked older guys, I understand.
Yeah. So when I went and visited their home, Patricia and Charlie, I got a chance to meet Charlie Robinson before he died. And he told me that Veronica always liked it mature men. And she wouldn't have it no other way. So that's how
you met her.
Me, the mature man, came into the picture. So don't get the story twisted, World.
Right.
This 21-year-old pretty much pursued me from the internet and invited me over to their home.
And then her mother, her adopted mother, allowed this. And as I was telling you, I don't know what type of mother, you know, would even allow that. But since it happened, you know, you were stepping up to the plate of being the father to your child. And basically, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. And let me finish my story about what happened now. It's this long stick, some type of a vitamin treatment. Veronica forgot, but she had to bend over on the bed on her knees. And I had to insert this long little stick about my finger size up in her rectum. For like about a month. Okay, now the purpose of this is because she kept bringing up all the food and all her vitamins, and it was very complicated. A lot of complications to her. And she couldn't withstand the pain.
And no one else would do it.
No one else would do it. Couldn't get anyone. Matter of fact, Beth even called me on the phone and said, Curtis, I have no idea what we're going to do about this with Veronica. Veronica is slipping real fast. I don't know. We probably need to get her into the hospital and do some serious surgery or do something. She's slipping away.
So you saved her and the baby.
Yeah. So,
I mean, how could she forget that?
So in a sense, I saved Veronica's life and the baby's life.
Oh, how could she? But how could someone forget that for 1 whole month? You had to insert something. It's almost like depositors. You had to insert
it was like a depositor
in someone's rectum. I mean, viewers, we're not trying to be. I mean, this is just telling straight from the core. She actually had to bend on her knees, and you actually had to insert something in her every month in her rectum to help save her life and the baby. And after the baby is born, she take the baby away. Oh, wow.
They take her away.
I can't.
And they treat me like I don't exist.
I just can't imagine.
When all I tried to do, world, was be a family, be a man of my word.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that.
You know, be there, take care of my child.
I can't imagine.
And be a part of my child's life.
But they called you because they wasn't able to do it because they was afraid to do it.
Exactly.
So whenever she got sick, I understand that they would call you to help save her.
Exactly.
And then after the baby was born, they were trying to fraud and take the baby from you after you saved her. Is that correct?
Exactly. So all you have to do, world, is watch part 1, 2, 3, and it pretty much explains itself about how they did me. This is not make-believe. This is not any lies, anything. Mm-hmm. This is 100% facts of exactly the way it happened. You can look at me, world, and see that I'm a genuine. Yeah. You can't find too many men like me.
That will stand up to the camera like this because and to let the world.
I could have easily just walked away.
Slipped away. You could have.
You know, but you know what really got me when Patricia Robinson hid the DNA, and then when I found out,
didn't tell her adopted daughter.
Now this is the way that I found out. Now, Joseph, you're gonna really flip on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tell me.
After she got the DNA results back, she did not tell Veronica because she still didn't want the baby to be mine. Okay.
Wow.
So she just hid it from her and told Veronica.
She hid it from her daughter.
She still hid it from when she done paid for the DNA and she got the results and she know this baby reads 100% Curtis Henderson. So she still withdraw and would not tell Veronica because she still wanted to set that up to be Alexa Charlie Robinson
after
to get security.
The Social Security. Wow.
So she didn't tell her. So guess what I did? This is what I had to do, world.
What did
I actually called a DNA and said, "Hi, I'm Mr. Henderson. I told Patricia Robinson to go ahead and take care of the payment. And I will be contacting you guys and get a copy of that DNA file." They say, "Sure, Mr. Henderson, we'll get that to you. We'll email that to you. We'll mail it to you. That's already taken care of. Thank you. You are 100% of the father. And you have a beautiful baby girl."
Oh, but first of all, you shouldn't have had to even go through that because everyone told you the baby looked like you.
Yeah, no. And check this out. So now I get the DNA back.
Right.
And I call Veronica. I said, "Veronica, do you know this is my baby?" "No, that's not your baby. Because mama, my adopted grandmother, told me that the baby is not yours. The result came back and it's not yours." So now she was scamming her own adopted daughter.
Wait a minute. Wait, bag me up. You mean to tell me the baby's mother told you that it wasn't your baby? Right then, she was letting you know that she was out having sex with other men.
Okay.
Because for her to tell you that meant that she had to have been having sex with other people.
Okay, now check this out. You missed this part. The adopted mother turned around. She knew the results was 100% mine, but she told the baby mother that it wasn't mine because the results came back negative, that it wasn't mine.
Wow.
So she had her thinking, okay, it's not yours. The results came back that it's not your baby.
Well, that means...
And so check this out, world. So the only way I can get Veronica to see the truth was to send her a copy of the DNA results in the email.
Okay.
And then she gets it, and then she go like, "Oh, what? So my own grandmother, my own adopted mother was scamming me now."
Wow. But she still didn't turn that thing around. And so this is why I blame that adopted mother, because if she feels like the girl has some type of problem, first of all, she should have guarded her and not let it happen. Not let it happen to use her to go around and screw all these men. Because as I'm listening to you, it seems to me that she was screwing around and they were doing it for money. Right. So whoever the baby was, if it wasn't yours and someone else's, that means that the other person probably would have never known, and then they could have put it in that name and collected all these monies that they were trying to collect.
Right.
I mean, I'm really getting the whole picture here. You mean to tell me the adopted mother didn't tell the girl, her daughter, that the DNA came out positive that it was your baby? So they were really hoping that it was someone else's baby so that she could have full control over that.
Check this out.
Oh, wow. So you had to really step up to the plate.
Check this out, world. Jesus. Now, with this organized conspiracy going on here now, now this was the game plan here, Josie. Okay. Mm-hmm. The baby mother was considered to try and be unfit, to claim that she's not able to take care of the baby. So therefore, she placed the baby to the grandmother, and so the grandmother appealed it to to authorities, and she's fostering the baby because the mother can't take care of the baby. So now she's doing it for another additional check. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So now that means that's an additional $800, maybe $1,500 a month.
This is a story.
So now it's the foster mother parenting thing set up
take over the baby
to collect money, and then plus she's getting money for child support, and then they're going through the state. Then they're doing a whole lot of underhanded stuff. Okay, what I'm getting here, Curtis, just to collect money.
Yeah, Curtis, what I'm getting here is the mother already was getting money from the adopted daughter.
SSI.
Your baby's mother. She was already getting that. Okay, that's coming into the house. And then now all these adopted kids' money is coming to the house. And then now your baby's money is coming to the house. And she's trying to keep you and your baby's mother apart because she has taken total brain control over this girl. Right. Who now she says is something wrong. Well, if you knew something was wrong with her, then why did you let it happen in the first place?
And why would you want to keep collecting all these checks? And keep my baby in the dark and keep the baby mother in the dark? Because you know, Patricia, you are getting a foster parenting check through my baby. Plus you're getting an SSI check through my baby. Plus Veronica is getting a check through my baby. Then plus Veronica is getting a child support check through me. So what do you think this is? What would you call this? A organized conspiracy to buck the system just to collect.
Did this lady ever work? Wait a minute. Did this lady ever work? That you know of, like going on a job, like, to work for some money?
Never in a day in her life.
Okay. So her job was Social Security and adopted kids.
But see, she
training them in the wrong way. It feels like she's taking control to take this baby away from her daughter, to take this baby and not let that girl let the baby. See, what happens, I understand now what you're saying. What you're saying is that she took over guardianship of the baby so that she could keep the baby away from you.
And collect money. Okay, now, from my understanding, she did other kids the same way. Okay, now let me bag it up here now. See, now, the way this system got started here was with Veronica, okay?
Okay.
Patricia Robinson and Veronica Robinson, real blood mother, they had to come up with some kind of scam on how to get Veronica adopted. So now, Veronica Robinson and Patricia Robinson, a real blood mother, took Veronica Robinson to Hawaii and dumped her in Hawaii.
Her own mother dumped her in Hawaii.
Her own blood mother.
So you're saying your baby's mother's mother,
blood mother,
dumped her in Hawaii.
Took her to Hawaii and dumped her off in Hawaii and left her
as a child?
As a 5-year-old child.
Oh, so this is why she don't understand what's happening to her daughter. She's already given her up to her adopted mother because she was adopted. So what it is a cycle, and that's a cycle you're trying to break, Curtis. And I don't blame you, because if I was a man, I would stand up for my child also.
But check this out.
Wow.
Okay, now, after this 5-year-old Veronica was left over in Hawaii, now some good Hawaiian would turn it over into the embassy. Look here, we have this beautiful little 5-year-old girl, and someone just left her here over in the country. Right. And we don't know who the mother, who the parents are. Okay. And all of a sudden the embassy gets on the phone. Okay, But guess what? All of a sudden they got a quick, fast response. Hey, I am Patricia Robinson. Hey, guess what?
Is that how she?
I would like to adopt this beautiful girl that was left over in Hawaii.
Is that the story?
Well, put in the request. Okay, now then she gets a phone call from the real blood mother. I am giving her the consent to adopt Veronica. There is no father. We don't know who the father is.
Oh, so she don't know who her father is.
Right.
Your baby's mother do not know who her father is. This is why she don't care about her daughter knowing who her father is.
Right.
And she should break that cycle. Just because you didn't know who your father was, that doesn't give you a right not to let a baby know who their father is. That is totally wrong. I feel that every child should know if they have a living father on this planet and this earth that God created, every child has that right to have contact if there is a living other party. It took two to make that baby. And as I said in our previous show, Curtis, is that if that sperm, it took a sperm to meet with the egg, and it fertilized, and that's what made the baby. I mean, an egg alone cannot make a baby. And just because you, the adopted mother, has parent or guardianship, that does not give you the right to keep that baby away from the father, which is why this father is going to come and take the baby away. He has all given rights on this planet and this earth as a father, and he's a decent person because he's had background checks, he has no record, he's a clean individual, so it doesn't matter in the court of law. What they will do is look at the record, and I know he has a clean record because he's done business with me, and his record has been checked. So
okay, check this out. Check this out, world.
That's that.
I've been trying to deal with these people for like going on 4 years. Mm-hmm. I've been begging and asking them, please let me speak to my daughter. Patricia Robinson won't even let me say hi to Alexa. I have never heard her voice. Okay,
that's sad.
And I've been calling, I've been writing, and they just, when I call, they hang up in my face.
That's sad.
Nobody want to talk to you, and just hang up on me. I said, but look at here. Oh, you have my blood baby in your home, and you can't even communicate with me no kind of way because you thinking about that check and how you can keep that check.
It's all about the money, for the love of money.
Check for the love of money, and this woman's going crazy.
But you know what?
She's losing her mind about a check, y'all.
But how can she look at this baby that looks like you? Because you can't love that baby because the baby looks just like her father, and that's the blood that you're feeding off of. You're feeding off of his blood. So every time you look at her, it's his blood. It's his blood. Of course, it's his mom's blood too. But she looks so much. Your energy dominated that baby. Your vibes, your everything. Because just from looking at the pictures of Alexa, I can clearly see that her mannerism, her ways. I even saw her standing like you with her hands in the pocket. Yeah. She has your nose, your eyes, your ears, your skin, your everything. She stands like you. I even heard her, in the video, she talks like you. I mean, how could you people even look at your twin?
Check this out.
It's your twin.
Actually, we just heard her talk on the video.
Yeah, I just heard that.
When we just did this show,
right.
We tuned back in into the videos. A friend sent the video to me in an email.
In an email.
And for once, I heard Alexa's voice on the video.
Yes.
Now, I can't say who it was who sent it to me.
Right.
But I heard Alexa's voice for the very first time. What's the date? What's the date?
Today is November the 26th, I think.
For the first time,
25th,
I heard my
Today is Thanksgiving Day.
Let me finish up. November the 25th.
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day is the very first day I heard Alexa's voice.
Yay! Congratulations. You did hear your daughter's voice. But the bad thing about them is that you guys haven't let her hear his voice. And this is where the trouble is going to come in, because when she grows up, again, as I said in your past shows, Curtis, is that when she grows up, she's going to really be angry because it's going to be known in the movie. It's going to be known in the books. It's going to be known. And she will know that your heart reached out to her and these people just because of her money. It doesn't matter about when it comes to, if I had a child and I had a baby for a man, I wouldn't care about the money. If he could give her some love from a father, I mean, that shadows everything. When all the money is gone, if you still have love in your heart, I mean, that means more than money. I mean, money come and money go. But when you got that love, I've seen people on the streets at the bus stop. They don't even have cars, but they have love. They're holding their kids' hands, and everybody's one big happy family.
Okay, well, I want to say this now.
Yeah,
If you feel me, you can understand what I'm going through.
Right.
All I've been asking for these people is to give me a chance to talk and spend time with my baby without constantly them begging for money for me to pay to see her.
Pay to see
your baby.
That's sad.
Pay to do this. Pay to do that.
As if you're a prisoner.
Pay to send a picture. Pay to send a video. Pay to do this.
That's sad.
Pay.
That's sad.
World. Now, I'm not a bad guy here. I deserve every right to be free and normal with my baby because she has a good, loving father who loves her dearly and cares about her and want to support her in every possible way. But they taking that away from me, so I'm a victim of abuse from an abusive adopted grandmother.
An adopted grandmother.
I have totally been abused here. And I am fighting only for my rights to be in my child's life and just make it simple. That's all I want. Make it simple.
And you know, one other thing is that Curtis is also a twin. As you know, Alexa would have been a twin. He's a twin. His own twin brother haven't even had a chance. His family haven't had a chance to see Alexa. And I don't think that's fair for all these other people that I've seen on these videos are hugging and kissing on his baby. And I mean, how would you feel out there, world, if you had a baby and everyone else is kissing and loving on your child, and these people have full control and won't even pick up the phone to let you even talk to your child? And that's why we're bringing this show to you today. This show will go on. It will go into a movie because this is really going to be a hell of a movie. So all you producers out there, we want you to get ready because Curtis is also a producer and we're going to make a hell of a show here. And he's going to do it up. He's going to do it. And it's going to be called what, Curtis?
The Grandmother Baby Scam.
And I mean, it's going to be a good one.
Check this out, world.
It's going to be a good one.
And hopefully something good and something positive will come out of this. That these people will pick up the phone and call me and say, Curtis, please forgive me. We hurted you so bad. We took away your baby years from you. Your baby, you never bonded with your baby. We took that away from you, Curtis. We took everything away from you that should have been. Now, if those folks would just call me and tell me that, I would feel, you know, 100% free because I'm willing to forgive anybody. God said, how do you want to seek and be blessed to the kingdom of heaven if you don't learn to forgive? Okay? Now, I'm willing to forgive. But you all got to step up to the plate as real women. And present to me, hey, look, we was wrong. Your daughter. We was wrong. We dogged you out. We was wrong. We took that away from you. We was wrong. Please forgive me. Okay? I will open that with open arms. And just say, I just pray for you all.
But you know what? That's all they got to do it to her also. Alexa has to be apologized to because Alexa is a baby that had a father. I don't know what you've been telling her, but she has a father right here, so she will find out. She will.
So excuse me. That's basically what I wanted to do. Is just
but to help her when she was sick and down. You had to get on your knees and stoop over, and you had to put depositories or whatever it was, certain vitamins in her rectum. For a month. Woman, how could you forget something like that? I don't care if it was a woman, even a dog, a puppy would remember you and love you for that.
Nobody else would do it.
My God. No one else would do it. This adopted mother wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't do it.
Fake grandmother, this fake adopted.
This real blood mother wouldn't do it.
The real blood mother wouldn't do it. The adopted mother wouldn't do it. The fake grandmother wouldn't do it.
The so-called preacher pastor, he wouldn't do it.
And whoever she thought this other baby daddy was wouldn't do it since she didn't know that it was yours. Because
nobody would do anything.
Didn't you say that you told her the DNA was your baby and she said it wasn't your baby when you called her before the DNA? I'm trying to back up to that. You called her and you asked her about the DNA or something, and she said, it's not your baby? The mother said that?
Yes. What happened was...
Your baby's mother said that.
Okay, check this out. What happened was, world, Patricia Robinson was still manipulating this 21-year-old girl, okay? What she did was, she had the results, okay?
She sicked her on you.
Okay, check this out. Hear this here through them. She had the results from the DNA, and she lied to this woman. The results came back, Veronica, negative. He is not the father. It's not your father, so don't worry about it. It's the other man's baby.
That's what this adopted mother told your baby mother.
Right. So Veronica like, oh, okay. Yeah, the baby's not yours. Now what you gonna do? Ain't nothing you can do.
Oh,
the baby's not yours. So now check this out, world. So I goes in to the DNA It was paid off by me. Please send me the results. And God knows, send down a blessing. And I gets the result and shoots a copy to Veronica.
What did she do?
What? So now
I would have. Oh,
my adopted mother told me a lie that the baby wasn't Curtis and it was somebody else. And now I'm looking at the...
Because that means she had sex with somebody, as we said earlier. But why didn't she correct that problem? If I was that mother right then, when I saw someone that wasn't a blood kin to me, I would have nipped it in the bud right then. It would be no way I would believe anything else that she would say. Because if you're going to fraud a baby from a DNA, which is the highest, you know, that is the highest test to prove that.
Basically, what I was doing was stepping up to the plate because...
Wow, people.
You know, I look.
How dare you?
Check this out, Josie. I look at my purpose for standing up for my right, like this, for my baby fighting. I look at so many kids in this world, lost into the world. Check this out.
Parents.
That went through this cycle of all this falseness and this grandmother just dogging the mother out, excuse me, and taking away that, and they grew up into the world as adults, and now they're lost. Now this adopted person has passed. This father has passed. Right. Now they're lost. Who is my... They finally find the birth certificate.
Because everybody's getting older.
Check this out. They finally find the birth certificate. I'm lost. I have no idea where to start. I don't know who my real blood mother is. I mean, my real blood father is. What am I going to do? They just go on through life not knowing who they real blood are.
And if something happens to that adopted mother, she passes or get ill, I mean, it could happen to anybody at any time, then what is this adopted daughter going to do? Yeah. I mean, when she could have had the father there all along that wanted to be a part. Because you know what? People always come to you when they need you and they're down and broke down, like when she was pregnant and need you. They needed you to build her up they needed you to build her up to save her life so that they can do what they did. See, people will use you, but one day, these same people that used you to steal a baby so that they collect monies from it and to keep the baby away from you, they will have to pay.
And check
God will not honor that.
Check this out, Joseph.
That's not going to happen.
I heard that Veronica now, 4 years has gone by.
Right.
And guess what? I heard she's pregnant again. Now they got another plan.
Well, she told you that, didn't she?
For another man to do the exact same way. Now,
if this is true, because she told you
I know it's true. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm keeping it like that.
Okay.
It's true. And this is what's going to happen with this world. The same thing. She's going to keep the father away from his baby. Patricia Robinsons is going to claim her as a foster parent,
right?
And say Veronica is unfit to take care of the baby, so she's going to get an additional $800 to $1,500 for being a foster.
Oh yeah,
parent.
like she
and
did.
And then Veronica is going to continue on getting an SSI
check.
Then
so all of that will be in that household.
Check.
So all of that will be in that one house.
And so now, world, check this out. Now, the baby mother who does this is saying, "I'm the breadwinner of this home because I'm bringing in the babies, and the grandma is getting a check." And I'm getting a check.
Right.
So now
they may be splitting the money.
You know it. Now.
You never know.
This is my concept. Now, what I think Obama should do. I think Obama should come up with a plan,
right?
And investigate a little bit more into the father's rights and what these grandparents and what these mothers are doing.
How far their rights
to organize this conspiracy.
To
and network as a partnership to scam men out of money, the system out of money, the government out of money.
Right.
All of this is one big racketeering thing, just to scam.
Right.
Now,
what about her name?
Looking at this?
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I remember you telling me you wanted her name to be Alexa Bless Henderson because of you saving her life by helping her mother survive when she was going through all those problems.
Yes.
What happened with that? Her name, Alexa Bless Henderson.
Check this out, world, now. You're not going to believe this. Alexa real name was meant to be Alexa Blessed Henderson. You know why?
Name.
That was a beautiful name.
Beautiful name.
Alexa Blessed. She was blessed because she was one of the blessed ones. She would always talk to me in the womb.
Oh.
And her name was going to be Blessed, okay? Because all the blessed things that was going on. So somehow, just a few months later, Charlie Robinson dies.
Okay.
And so now
the adopted father dies.
The adopted father dies. Okay. So me and Veronica went to the drawing board and we said, okay, Let's see if we can just add his middle name in there and make it Alexa Charlie Henderson. Okay. That means she has
his name and your
my name.
Okay.
But guess what?
They tried to put both his name.
Patricia Robinson wanted the whole enchilada. I wanted the whole cake.
She wanted Charlie Robinson instead of Charlie Henderson. Her husband's name was Charlie Robinson, right?
Right.
Instead of your name, Charlie Henderson.
Now Alexa got his first name. Now she turned it over to the last name too, just to have it into that name to collect
that Social Security because he passed.
Right.